Now, a farmer in Kinross has appealed to the public to control their pets after he lost 16 lambs in a suspected dog attack. Stuart McDougall describes a scene of wanton destruction at the farm where he keeps a flock of 130 pure black-faced ewes.
It comes as farmers, land managers and police promote a dog safety campaign to coincide with lambing season. Here's Stuart describing what happened, and just a warning, this clip contains images and descriptions that you might find upsetting.
I had my two young girls with me. We arrived at the field as we normally do. I knew straight away there was something wrong. The sheep were all in one heap. They weren't spread out through the field. There was a lot of noise, a lot of bang and distress. And went into the field, and the first lamb that we came to was lying with a broken leg, broken back leg. I could see puncture wounds in its abdomen. We arrived to the next one, just yards from it, and it was disemboweled. My young daughter was with me. We got to another lamb and she started getting severely upset. I had to phone my wife to come and get her. I phoned the vet at that point as well, minutes been into it. And then as it just went on, it was carnage. Lambs lying here, there, ewes scattered all over the place.
Now, Simon Ovenden is from the group Scottish Land and Estates and joins us live from Aberdeen now to discuss the impact this attack will have had. Simon, very distressing descriptions there, but first of all, how rare is an attack like this?
Unfortunately, these types of attack are still too frequently seen. Certainly from the data that we have to hand, in 2021, there were 301 of these types of attacks that were recorded by the police. And although this reduced to about 260 attacks in 2022, and that the reduction is welcome, that still adds up to 5 attacks averages per week. And that's still far too many. And we had hoped that with the new Dogs and Livestock Act, which came into force in 2021, that dog owners would take greater care of their animals when they're actually going out into the outdoors.
An average of 5 attacks a week seems, quite devastating. Do we know, or how much do we know about why this is happening on a large scale like that?
There is anecdotal evidence that during the lockdown period in 2020, a lot of people, because they were staying at home, did actually go out and buy dogs and become dog owners, perhaps some of them for the very first time. And unfortunately, what happened was the owners omitted to train themselves, because the owners need to be trained before they can train the dog. And what we see now is that as the countryside is opening up, or it has opened up over the last couple of years, this increase in livestock attacks or dogs attacking livestock has increased. And it's absolutely tragic. And certainly there is a campaign that we're supporting very much with Police Scotland, and it's entitled "Your Dog, Your Responsibility." It's inbuilt into the dogs that they might want to chase sheep or other livestock. They are descended from wolves, so this instinct is within them. So it is the responsibility of the owners to take care of the dogs themselves and make sure they're under control, and the best way to do that is to have them on a lead.
Because many dog owners will imagine that their dog wouldn't be able to carry out an attack like this, but it sounds like training is a massive part of this, and being aware of the dangers when it comes to walking your dog in rural areas.
Indeed, the National Farmers Union for Scotland actually carried out some survey work themselves within the last few months, and they surveyed 1,100 people, and the statistic shows that 64% of those people admitted that their dogs had chased livestock at some point within the last year. And worryingly as well, 46% of those people also believed that their dog could never ever attack an animal. As I said earlier, the dogs are descended from wolves, and the instinct is with the dog. So it's, without wishing to sound too repetitive, it is the responsibility of the owner to make sure they are trained themselves to know how to handle their dogs, how to keep them under control, because the dog doesn't know. The dog is also an innocent party in this.
OK, Simon Ovenden from Scottish Land and Estates Group, thank you so much for joining us this evening on The 9.
Thank you.
rights